Well, hello there, fellow geeks and geekettes, and welcome to my first review of a replica on this renewed channel. Now, I have been thinking about making collectible reviews for quite some time, but since all this COPPA thing happened and I really can't be sure whether I can show some action figures or statues for too long without being fined, I don't know, but then I thought, oh, replicas, swords and axes and helmets. Wow, that can't be that bad, can it? That's a very good idea. Well, and here it is. So for my first review, I've decided to make a video about my favorite life-size replica in my collection, and that is the Sting, the sword of Frodo Baggins and Bilbo Baggins from The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit films. This particular version actually comes from The Hobbit, an unexpectedly horrible film, but the truth is that you could really consider this film or this sword to also come from The Lord of the Rings, right? So if I am not displaying the box, which I'm not, nobody can really know that it's from The Hobbit. Well, you can, but you really have to be a geek like me. But I will get to that later. So, to make a little bit of an introduction, this elvish dagger was found by Bilbo Baggins and the company of dwarves and Gandalf in the lair of trolls on their journey to the Lonely Mountain. I'm not reading it out from anywhere, by the way. I'm just such a geek. That, of course, then it turned out to be an ancient weapon forged by the elves of Gondolin from an elvish steel which turns blue when orcs and goblins are near. Well, and they found actually more swords like that. Gandalf found his Glamdring, and Thorin Oakenshield found his Orcrist, and Bilbo found himself this little dagger which he kept and then used all throughout the novel, and then gifted to Frodo when he was about to embark on his own adventure to Mordor, the land of shadows. Now, this version, of course, is based on the movie representation of the sword, and as I said, it looks the same in The Lord of the Rings and in The Hobbit, with one exception. In The Lord of the Rings, there are runes, elvish runes, engraved in the blade, whereas on this version from The Hobbit, there are no runes, only this elegant symbol, elegant curved symbol, which I don't mind. Actually, you know what? Visually and aesthetically, I prefer this version over the one from The Lord of the Rings. I think it looks cleaner and more neat than the one from The Lord of the Rings with the runes engraved. Now, as far as the specifics of this particular replica of this product, here's the box. It was made by the company United Cutlery, which is, I think, the top in making Lord of the Rings sword replicas and helmets and things like that. There's also Noble Collection, which isn't that good, and there's Weta Collectibles, which they also made props to the movie, so yeah, guess what? But for a common collector, these things are perfect. They are quite pricey, but yeah, that's maybe why this is the only sword from United Cutlery that I own so far. Now, I plan to get, of course, Anduril, but I need some time for that. Now, I'm turning it because I want to show you some more specifics. Now, you've got logos such as MGM and New Line Cinema, which made the film. Once again, you've got the United Cutlery logo. Then you've got some advertisement for other products, such as you can buy the scabbard for for this particular sword which I'm thinking about, then you can buy the aforementioned Orcrist and Glamdring. You can also buy Gandalf's staff, and then Keely something, and then Philly something. Bugger them because the movie versions are awful. And of course you can buy Anduril, the one that I want so much, and I will get it once. And here's a little readout. I won't read it, I've already told you, but you can, you know, like, stop it and read it. And here are some specifics about the replica itself. This authentically detailed replica is a reproduction of the actual filming prop. The Sting sword is 22 inches overall, or 55.9 centimeters, featuring a stainless steel blade and solid metal hilt parts, and an intricately detailed vine adorning the grip. It is presented with a wood wall display featuring graphic motifs from The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey, and includes a certificate of authenticity. So, as it was described, this is the sword, made of stainless steel. As you can see, it's quite shiny and quite sharp, actually, both on its edges and the top, or the tip. I'm not going to touch it because, you know, I'm afraid of my fingertips getting on my replica. The hilt, though, it seems that it was made from wood, but in any case it looks beautiful, and the plaque itself, which, you know, supports the sword on the wall, is beautifully crafted. And as far as the certificate of authenticity, it comes on the other side of the map of the Lonely Mountain. So if I removed the certificate of this paper from the frame, on the other side, on the flip side, there would be the certificate of authenticity, but I have obviously decided to display my sword with the map, right? Because, yeah, if you have to choose what you display, the map of Erebor with the dwarvish runes, or the certificate, well, guess what? And of course it is displayed right above my Tolkien canon shelf. I've got more Tolkien shelves, but they are quite messy right now. But this is Tolkien's canon, by the way. The Hobbit, The Lord of the Rings, The Silmarillion, and some other stuff. Right? Yeah, so that's it. I do definitely recommend you get this if you like The Hobbit or The Lord of the Rings. If you are a fan of Frodo Baggins, Bilbo Baggins, or just beautifully made prop replicas, 1-to-1 scale, you can't go wrong with that. Now, they are quite pricey, but if you have the money or save the money, you won't regret it. The next one I'm planning on getting from this particular company, from the United Cutlery, is Anduril. I've got some more replicas from other makers, so I'm going to do some other reviews in the near future. So, well, that would be the gist of it. That's it, my friends. I hope you liked this short, unscripted review of this beautiful replica, and let me know what you think. Should I continue making these videos about replicas and props, maybe some more collectibles in the future, or should I just stick to literary reviews about books and comics and manga and some geek news and films and so on and so forth? And please do not forget to dislike this video if you don't like it, or like this video if you like it, and subscribe to this unimportant channel of an unimportant geek talking about unimportant things. And with that, I will say goodbye, my friends. See you soon, and Namarie.